Welcome, everyone. As we've been telling you all week long, David is enjoying some time off, but you know this guy. Halby Klein is here, and you're a regular here.
I've been on the show a few times,
A few times. Yeah. If you don't know Halby Klein, he is the associate editor and dining critic for Pittsburgh Magazine. So
That's
you're
right.
a pretty busy guy.
Yeah, I'm out and about a lot, eating around town.
So one thing I don't know, and I've never had the chance to ask you, and our viewers are probably wondering too, what does the B stand for?
So I keep this really close to the vest, but I feel like today is a good day to share this. So the B actually stands for Brian, but it's B-R-Y-A-N, not B-R-I-A-N.
Okay, so important to know the difference.
Very important distinction, yeah.
But I think that adds like something to your name, because I can't just call you Hal.
I remember it was in 10th grade, and I was in drama class, and we had a substitute drama teacher for the year, and I just thought my name was too short, and he was like, you should add your middle initial to it. It'll be very theatrical. And so from then on, it's always been a thing.
So now you are Halby Klein. And there are some people, don't you feel like you have to call them by their first and last name?
Yeah, I think that's one of those things where someone's name becomes
the whole thing
or the whole name.
It's almost like Ron Smiley. You can't just call him Ron.
Right, exactly.
He's Ron Smiley. Yeah. That's just what it is. Yeah, you are Halby Klein, the full name.
It is how it is.
Last time you were with us here on PTL, we were talking about Pittsburgh restaurants. The best list is out, and it was shortened this year. I am still amazed that you eat at all of these restaurants.
Yeah, you know, it's me. There's also a committee of other people, so it's not just me doing this, but I try to make sure I get to every single restaurant and more on the list, because we don't want to put something out that, you know, I can't actually recommend and be specific about.
Right.
And so, and I'm also to say, like, I'm really lucky in this age of journalism to work for a publication that still supports work like that.
Right. Okay, so you visit all of these restaurants, and some don't make the cut.
Right.
Obviously, the list was shortened. But how do you find the hidden gems? Because I feel like we know about the new restaurant that's coming out, or the big restaurant group that's adding a new restaurant to their list. So how do you find those hidden gems?
It's a couple things, and it's like the most fun part of my job, right? So part of it is me constantly asking myself, who am I not writing about and why? And then just going through anything I can find online, driving around neighborhoods, checking my gut. Like, I was driving last fall up to the National Forest and was just like, and I saw this place that said, we serve clarion beef. And it's this little restaurant called Zach's, and I just like had a good feeling about it. And I went in and I was like, I know all these farmers that this guy's using, and it just turned out to be this great gem of a restaurant.
Clarion
and then
beef.
Also, you know, like, I love it when people email me and you know, tell me, hey, go to this place. I've never seen you write about it.
Diners, Dives, and Drive-Ins, I feel like, is like that. That's how they get a lot of their suggestions, right?
Get a lot of suggestions from that.
And I've never heard of clarion beef. It kind of sounds like Kobe beef.
Yeah,
it's fancy beef.
It's not that fancy, but it's well raised, and it's locally raised, and they do right by the cows.
And if people want to check out all of these restaurants too, you have a great party coming up to celebrate it.
Yeah, Best Restaurants Party is coming up on Monday at Heinz Field, and tickets are still available, and it's gonna be a really good time. I think we have 22 of the 30 restaurants on the list are participating, plus a bunch of other restaurants that we've written about during the year.
So I'm having a lot of fun having guest co-hosts, because I feel like, especially with some of our regular guests, like you, we talk a lot about events and things that are coming up and the work that you're doing, but I never get to really dig deep and find out more about you. So I found this video Pittsburgh Magazine did about a year ago. They posted on YouTube, and it was a question and answer thing to get to know Halby Klein a little bit better. And I learned a lot about you, like what you like to do in your spare time to keep the weight off, because you're eating at all of these restaurants.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the consequence, the joy of my job is that I get to eat a lot of things and try a lot of things. The tough part about my job is that sometimes, you know, it's a lot of calories.
Yeah, like when we did the Turkey Devonshire competition, and we ate 12 sandwiches. It
was a lot in one day, and you could see that, you know.
Yeah.
As a professional, I was able to handle it, but also like, it was tough. So I do a lot of Bikram yoga. I love the Yoga Factory in Lawrenceville, and I Am Yoga in Squirrel Hill.
That's awesome.
And I remember when I was doing a story on hamburgers at the Yoga Factory, they were like, I used to go like once a week, and they were like, Hal, we're so happy you really embraced this practice. Because I was going like 4 times a week, and I was like, oh no, I'm doing a story on hamburgers, and I'm eating a lot of hamburgers. And so I'm here more.
So I need to be here a little bit more. And you also enjoy hiking, and you grew up, at least part of your childhood was spent in California. So you enjoy hiking a lot too.
I love it. Yeah, I grew up, I was born in New York. I grew up came of age in the Bay Area, and you know, San Francisco area is just beautiful because you're so close to the beach, you're so close to the mountains. But then coming here to Pittsburgh, it's been, you know, 9 years, and this is, you know, it's this area full of natural wonder.
Yeah. Okay. So I was going to ask you how you got into writing about restaurants. I mean, I think most people always can come back to food. Food brings us comfort and memories and that sort of thing. But before I get to that, I need to know about your IMDb page. Because I found out that you are an actor.
It's true. Yeah. So before I came to Pittsburgh, I did a lot of theater. And that actually relates to food in a certain way. It tangentially ties into that. So I did a lot of Shakespeare, actually trained at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, and then moved to Los. Oh my God!
Look at this young Hal B. Klein. Who is
That is
guy?
amazing. Look at baby Hal, right there. Oh, that's like the most LA. This is
There
like the
you
most
go.
LA early 2000s headshot look. I love this.
This is
like,
my favorite.
Yeah, this is the like I'm your sincere friend.
Do you still have that blue
I mean, this is
sweater? I
amazing.
hope so.
I still probably do somewhere. I definitely have that shirt.
So how did you get into
I mean,
acting?
this is
and then-
amazing. I also shout out to the Allegheny Wine Mixer. They are the only people to actually have my headshot in a public place, and see if you can find it. I went to summer camp when I was a kid, and I was a shy kid, and I found that acting was a way to really bring out a lot of the shyness in me and find a community.
That's great.
And that lasted over the years, and then you end up with these like very sincere, ridiculous headshots.
And you have a list of movies that you've been in, but then how did you transition from that into writing and being a food critic?
So a couple things happened. I was like a really picky eater. So picky eaters, there's hope for you.
That's me.
Yeah, there's hope for you.
That's
there's hope
me.
for all of you. I was doing a Shakespeare festival in Santa Cruz, and there was a farmer's market, and I had this strawberry. And I know it sounds silly, but it was like the first time to have this strawberry that was like perfect and in season. And I just realized like, holy cow, there's so much more to food
So that was your
than this.
eye-opening.
Yeah, and it got me really interested in the industrialization of food and commodification of food, which like eventually when the economy collapses in 2007, 2008, and it gets harder and harder to find jobs in Los Angeles, leads me to get a food studies degree at Chatham in Pittsburgh. So I was part of the first cohort at Chatham. And in there I took a food writing class. I had an amazing mentor named Sherry Flick, who is one of the greatest people I know, who was my food writing teacher and really encouraged me, and everything else just sort of.
So strawberries I get. Strawberries I see being an eye-opening experience, but you said that oysters also played a big role in that.
Right. So oysters were one of those things where that was the one that really like kicked me into try everything. Because oysters are something that I think people maybe get a little bit weird about still, even if they're not picky eaters.
I don't know that I would ever try an oyster.
And I was at this food festival, and I was with someone that I kind of wanted to impress, and she was like really into the oysters, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be rough.
So down it went.
And I was like, and down it went was like my goal. But then
And keep it down.
But when you're a picky eater, you make like the face, right? You pre-decide, and you're like, I'm not gonna like this.
Yeah.
And I couldn't make the face. So I just had to intrepidly eat it. And it turns out that it was amazing.
Okay, so maybe it's the face that
It's
it's the delaying and the
a lot of it is like pre-deciding that you're not
Right.
gonna like something instead of just like being open to trying something.
Well, if people want to learn a little bit more about you, just wait for Pittsburgh Magazine because he's also writing an article coming up about karaoke. So there's more to Hal than we
There's
all
more-
know.
There is. Wait for the karaoke.
Thanks for joining me here
I'm so
to be
excited.
my co-host today.